There's our three components. We're now going to put our sharpening stone nice and tightly into a vise. Make sure it's held nice and tightly, because what you don't want is, you don't want that literally to slip as you're sharpening this, because any movement, any slips or anything, these are actually very, very sharp. Yeah, always make sure that blade is secure in the vise all the time. Right, what we're looking to do is, there's our angle. Yeah, we're going to put literally that 45° down like that. So we've got the flat surface facing upwards. Yeah, that's the flat surface. Your hands must always be behind. You don't want it there, because if you slip, nasty accident. All we're going to do is place, you can put two hands like that, or you can put your fingers on there. Always make sure it's behind the blade. So what we're looking to do, we're looking to set this at around about 45° angle. Okay, too flat, you're not sharpening the blade. By trying to adjust a 45° angle, if you literally tilt the blade until you see that front part there flat to the surface, that is roughly around about 45 degrees. Okay, all we're going to do now, there's two ways we can actually sharpen this. We can literally go backwards and forwards, just keep moving it backwards and forwards like so. Okay, nice and slowly. Pressure is actually applied by your fingers. This hand here, this hand is just for pushing and keeping the angle. So all we can do is go backwards and forwards. You'll do this for around about, probably about 20 to 30 seconds, okay? No more than that. That's one way on how to sharpen. Some people actually do a figure of 8 movement, okay? That's great for small blades like chisels, things like that. Perfect idea. But for an actual plain blade, you need to do straight movements, okay? Because what you don't want is, you don't want to round these ends. So all I'm going to do is, I'm now going to sharpen this. Now, so I'm going to literally, I'm pushing down with this hand and I'm forcing it through. I'm going to do this probably about 20 seconds now. Okay, and hopefully, once we've finished, you're going to see a nice, shiny section of the actual plain blade itself. That's going to show you've actually ground the thing down to it being nice and sharp. I should say it's probably about enough. Okay?
So
right.
Mark, that stone there, sorry to interrupt,
Yep.
Does it not hollow out like a whetstone?
No.
Why is that?
It's basically because there's you've got a lot of diamonds, and when I mean diamonds, I mean there's millions upon millions upon millions, and they're actually the metal inside there is actually tungsten. It's mixed in with tungsten. Tungsten is such a hard metal. Okay, with a wet stone, it's literally what it says. It's actually made out of stone, but a very, very soft stone. Okay, and literally the more you use literally on a wet stone, the more chance it will grind down quite quickly. Okay, so what we've got is, if I now turn this around, I'm hoping you can see the top line of that is actually quite shiny now. That actually says to me it's actually rubbed the metal. Okay, right, the way to actually feel to make sure it's sharp, all I'm going to do is, I'm going to get my finger, I'm not going to rub it across it, because you literally slice your finger. I'm just going to literally just touch the top. I can feel it quite gritty. Okay, that means the thing's sharp. But before we put all this back together again, I don't know if you can actually see it just inside there. You can see some little jagged pieces of metal just along the top of it. They're burrs. Okay, that's where we've ground it down. We need to get rid of those. So all we're going to do is this. We're now going to turn the blade to the flat part, and we're going to put this flat down, not up at an angle, just flat. And all we're going to do is fingertips on there, force it back, probably about 2 times. Okay. Now, if you can now see now, that now is actually razor sharp. Just by bringing that back 2 times, that's taken all the burrs off, and it's now flattened that back plate out more, yeah, to coincide with what we just sharpened. That is now perfect to reassemble. Okay.